It's a high-profile murder case that has garnered national attention. Samantha Woll, a prominent Jewish community leader, murdered in her home. Her accused killer was due in court today for his probable cause hearing, but the hearing was postponed after prosecutors asked for more time to hand over all of the discovery to the defense. Prosecutors say they still need to hand over about 2 terabytes of digital material along with more discovery that's still being gathered. The probable cause conference is now set for the morning of January 2nd over at 36th District Court. Charges were announced in Warren today against the man police say tried to kill someone after a Christmas Day argument. 23-year-old DeAndre Lawrence faces an assault with intent to murder charge, also a felony firearm charge. He's accused in a shooting of someone at the home in the area of 9 Mile and Hoover Roads. The victim survived but was seriously hurt. Lawrence is due back in court next week. History, it was made in downtown Detroit last night. It was not a good thing. The Detroit Pistons etched their name in the NBA record books after posting their 27th straight loss, a single-season record. The Pistons had chances to win, even had a lead in the fourth quarter. But the Brooklyn Nets went on a run and beat Detroit with a final score of 118 to 112. In the final minutes, sell the team chants rang out. It wasn't the first time. Tonight at 5 and 6, we're going to dive into the frustrations that fans are feeling with this year's team and with the Pistons owner, Tom Gores. Now, on a lighter note, right? Time now for our first look at the forecast. Brett Collar is in for Kim today. Another warm day, and you said the rain was coming, and it did.
Yeah, we've got rain around, and chances are going to hang with us these next couple days. So the umbrella is going to be your best friend.
Good to know.
Better than a shovel, right?
Right,
we don't want that. Though we might have some snow on Sunday. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Exact Track 40 radar tracking that light rain. The majority of the steadier rain has been up in the thumb today, like we advertised yesterday, but we still have a lot of this low-level moisture. A lot of light drizzle, light rain moving through parts of the area, and that's what you're seeing here. But as you head further north of M59 and especially north of I-69, you can see these pockets of steadier rain, even a touch heavy up in the Saginaw Bay as well. And this rain's going to hang out for a couple days at least, but there will be some dry time. Still on the mild side, not nearly as warm as it was yesterday. Low 40s out in Howell, 46 Metro Airport, close to 50 right now in Mount Clemens. Numbers this evening don't move much, but they slowly tick down. Clouds stay with us, and again, a light shower or some drizzle still going to be around. And again, more rain is expected as we head towards the weekend. We do have some sunshine this weekend, though, and we'll dive into that in just a bit.
All right. Thank you, Brett. The Israeli military is expanding its offensive into refugee camps in central Gaza, what it calls a new battle zone. This morning, we heard from the French government, which says it is gravely concerned by that announcement by Israel. Meantime, the French are not alone. Many other nations are now demanding a ceasefire. But the Israeli government is making it clear the fighting will not stop. A senior advisor to Israel's prime minister is in the U.S. for meetings today. Officials say discussions are over topics like steps to improve the humanitarian situation. Israel says they want peace, but that will come at a cost.
Once we eliminate these terrorists, we eliminate the rule, we hope that there will be other voices, pragmatic ones that want to work with us towards peace. This is what we want. We want to live in this region peacefully.
Israel and the U.S. are seemingly at odds for now. The two sides can't agree on what comes after the war. Israel is signaling it may maintain a full control over the Gaza Strip, while the U.S. is pushing against that idea of an occupation. Looking back home now at the growing concerns at the southern border, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Mexico City today, where he and other officials are meeting with Mexico's president about the migrant influx. The visit comes as a caravan with a reported 8,000 migrants travels through southern Mexico, headed toward the U.S. border. Now, the border and the cities along it already overwhelmed with local shelters and services struggling to keep up. President Biden spoke to Mexico's president about the border crisis last week. During the call, the two leaders agreed that additional enforcement actions were needed. All right, so Apple will be able to sell the latest Apple Watches after an import ban was temporarily paused by an appeals court today. Last week, Apple stopped selling its Series 9 and Ultra 2 watches in response to an International Trade Commission order from October. That order revolves around a patent dispute on the watch's blood oxygen sensor. But with today's ruling, Apple will be able to put watches back on store shelves It's a huge win. Apple Watch sales are a part of the company's wearable division, which reported nearly $40 billion in sales this year. Oh, we told you how proud we were of one woman in Highland Park being highlighted on a national level for the work that she does in Highland Park. Well, she's now back in town after her trip. Our Victor Williams shows us how even she was surprised at what took place during the show.
Well, Mama Shu may not have been the winner, but she had a remarkable time in New York City, an experience that she says is going to help those even right here in Metro Detroit.
So being a top 10 CNN hero, it was just an honor. It was an honor to meet all of the other 9 heroes. Being top 10 is a thing in itself.
On the heels of being named one of the top 10 finalists for CNN's prestigious title of Hero of the Year, Mama Shu is just glad she went the distance.
We've gotten a lot of feedback already since I stepped back from New York.
And right in Highland Park at Woodward Bistro, there were so many supporters rooting her on.
That was so much fun, just, getting the texts and everything and just seeing everybody online and seeing it on live, Facebook Live, that the folks that came out and celebrated and the folks who voted, just so thankful for the experience. And I just love that everybody came together for it. I really do.
And something that was totally unexpected, the winner, Dr. Kwame Stewart, split some of his prize earnings with the rest of the contestants.
I thought that was very, very generous of him, first of all. And also, I know that everybody was thankful because it also added to what they can actually take back home and use for their nonprofit and their purposes.
It's an action that truly speaks volumes about his character, along with everyone else up on the stage.
Everybody was very, very elated about that, so it was a good thing. That was a good thing for him to do.
Now Mama Shu's happy to be back in Highland Park, inspired and ready to make even more changes for the better.
It was very, very a good experience, beautiful experience. Got to know a lot of other folks' work, but just to be able to spread the word about the village on a wider scale is magnificent.
And Mama Shu, of course, is still going to be helping the community. So if it's anyone out there who's watching this and wants to help her continue what she's doing, head over to our website, clickondetroit.com. Victor Williams, Local 4.
She has made such a huge difference. Victor, thanks so much for sharing her story. And if you have a story that embodies our Go For It spirit, drop us an email at goforit@wdiv.com or just visit clickondetroit.com. We really want to share these stories.